welcome to another video. If you guys are new to this channel, my name is Hudson. I do vlogs, I do car edits, I do, everyday stuff, and sit down and talk videos just like this. Some of you guys have been DMing me on Instagram about what happened to Blake, and I'm here to tell you the whole story. I believe last Friday, I was at Bicentennial Park in South Lake. That's usually where we go now to hang out and stuff like that. And Blake showed up. And we were all foot racing, and Blake came up to us and was like, hey, let me race. So I was like, okay, you can race, bro. Me and Blake are pretty tight. We've known each other for a long time. And we were in a line of about, I think, 5 people. It was me, Blake, a kid named Justin, and no, it was 4 people, and another kid. And what happened was, as soon as we said go, the kid beside me beelined it to the right. Instead of running in a straight line, he kind of cut to the right. It was all an accident, it wasn't on purpose. And he hit me in the face with his elbow, so I stopped running, of course, because that hurt. And then he just kept running to the side, kept running to the right. And cut Justin off, because Justin was on my right and Blake was on the far right. And Blake was heading straight for a divider, like a curb with grass in the middle of it and then a curb on the other side. The kid that hit me in the face, he's like 6'2" and he weighs like 190 pounds. So he's a bigger kid, and Blake is like 5'8", and I don't know how much he weighs, but this kid accidentally, something happens with their feet. He trips Blake with his feet. They both fall together, but Blake got the worst of it because the kid fell on top of him. Blake fell face first into the side of a curb. It knocked him out, and then they just kept rolling. He hit the ground again whenever he rolled over the whole divider, and that kid landed on top of him. The kid casually said, Blake's bleeding, so I was like, okay, he probably just scraped his forehead or something. I go over there, Blake wakes up, and he crawls on all 4 yelling for help, and I just see this gash on the side of his face, about that big. And he's literally blood is running down his face and it's dripping everywhere, and I just go I freeze and I don't know what to do. As soon as that happened, I kind of went into a certain I kind of went into a certain mindset of I need to help him. I was the first one there. I was the first one there on the scene of when it happened. I saw him fall. I saw, him wake up, because I ran over to him, and as soon as he started yelling help, and he kind of went straight to me and yelled, help me, Hudson. So I was like, that got to me. I knew I had a towel in my car. Everybody was like, grab a towel, and I mean, he was literally blood was running like crazy. I'll put a picture up on the screen of what he looks like now. He's got 6 stitches. He has 5 fractures in his head. I'm surprised that, the doctor said he didn't have a concussion, but everybody thinks he does, and he thinks he does because he can't really look at sunlight without it hurting his eyes. He fell, he woke up, he yelled help, so I ran to my car and I got a microfiber towel. My girlfriend came over with her cousin, and they started and there was a bunch of people there. There was 12 people, and they were all surrounding Blake, and Blake was screaming. He doesn't remember screaming or anything. All he remembers is waking up to my girlfriend kind of holding his hand to make him stop shaking, because when you're nervous you shake like this. He was shaking like this, like Parkinson's shake type thing. This girl named Lexi started wrapping his head, and it still wouldn't stop bleeding, and we had a whole med kit out, and everybody was like, don't call 911, and I was like, don't call 911? He's got a gash in his head. Why wouldn't I call 911? And they were like, it's gonna be too expensive for the ambulance ride. I was like, I don't care, this is my friend here, he's bleeding really bad. So I call 911, I get on the phone, I call the ambulance, and the whole spiel went down. They were like, where are you at? I was like, Bicentennial Park. But the lady on the phone, she was really calm until I said my friend hit his head on a curb. And then she went straight, where are you? We need to know where you are. How long has he been on the ground? Don't sit him up, keep him on the ground, don't let him walk around. So my friend Alex just showed up.
So the vlog here.
Alex was not there, but he knows everything that happened. So anyway, as I was talking about, the ambulance was there within 3 minutes. Blake wasn't there for more than 7 minutes. Like literally this happened as soon as he got out of the car, ran, hit his head. And Blake, as he was going into the ambulance, he was like, don't let anybody drive my car except for Hudson. He says he doesn't remember saying that, but everybody heard him say it. And because he was in shock. But I drove his car home, and then we followed the ambulance, and then I cut off to go to his house, and I went to the hospital with my girlfriend, and we reached the hospital. Then I got in the car with Trevor to go back to get my car, because my car was still at Bicentennial Park. We made it back to Bicentennial pretty quick. Trevor was driving over the speed limit, that's all I'm saying, but we were in Mexico, of course. But we waited about 3 hours in the waiting room in the hospital. We still didn't get anything. They were doing a CAT scan on him. They were x-raying his leg because he said he couldn't feel his knee. But we waited there until about 1 in the morning. He didn't get out until about 2. The next day we came to visit him and his whole face was swollen. Now, I went to go visit him today. Just his cheek is like green and swollen. His eye is open now, but he's got like red all in the inside of his eye. He's walking around now, he's doing fine, and he's supposed to get his stitches out sometime either like literally tomorrow or in the weekend. So, yep. That's the story about Blake running, bashing the side of his head into a curb. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed the story about Blake. And if you did, drop a thumbs up on it. If you guys are new to my channel, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Got anything to say, Alex?
Like and subscribe.